Language is powerful. It allows us to communicate ideas and feelings and ask questions about things we don't understand. The city of Alphaville in Godard's film of the same title adheres to a different language than the language intergalactic government agent Lemmy Caution knows and comprehends. Caution works under the name Ivan Johnson in Alphaville, where people in the city are controlled by Alpha 60, an intelligent computer system operating a totalitarian society. Critic Andrew Sarris described the film's structure as a fable on a realistic ground. The film's extreme contrasts between light and dark help set the tone for a more tangible science fiction film since special effects are absent. A space city, Godard films Paris as a cold environment, a dystopia of the future where people were made to believe the system knows best, therefore they need not think. A new book will be produced every day with words and phrases that are acceptable to know the meaning of. There's no need to search for what might be missing. Alpha 60 also acts as a critique of our faith in science with a society where the people are without conscience and only follow the logic of a machine. Emotion no longer exists, language is dead, conversation is dead. There are no artists or painters, no poets or novelists. There is nothing. Now words' only purpose is to answer what the meaning is, not how is the meaning created, or as the chief engineer of Alphaville said, never ask why, only because. Godard uses reoccurring images to enforce the idea that these signs and symbols are to be followed without question. Their minds were fed lies, and then led to believe those lies, so when the system crumbled, they collapsed. After all, how do you distinguish a lie from the truth? Ellen Cedar wrote, "Our understanding of persons is filtered through sign systems. We don't know anything or anyone, even ourselves, except through language." The irony is that the very thing Alpha 60 tried to eliminate was the system's demise, imagination. Imagination is missing from their lives, and the book previously mentioned with a new publication every day. They refer to it as the Bible. The Bible's denotative style of writing is the only thing necessary to communicate ideas and meanings to people of Alphaville. So Soar said, all signs are cultural constructs that have taken on meaning through repeated, learned, and collective use. Their ideals are based on progress and logic with no room for the conscious mind. When interviewed by Alpha 60, Mr. Caution was asked about his religion, in which he responded, "I believe in the spontaneity of our conscience." Mr. Caution gives Natasha a book titled City of Pain by Paul Eluard, given to him earlier by an old colleague who dies when speaking the words "I love you." Natasha von Braun is the daughter of the scientist who built Alpha 60. Her eyes, directed toward Mr. Caution, express the disappointment of not knowing the concept beyond these words. The book is a collection of poems Mr. Caution uses to try and free Natasha's mind. She continues to read the text, which describes her own situation. Your eyes have returned from a despotic land, where no one has known the meaning of a glance. Mr. Caution comes to the conclusion he must get out of Alphaville, or a terrible destiny awaits him. Before he has the chance, he's brought back to Alpha 60, where he uses his vocation to fight against what he describes as the simple physical and mental existence easily controlled by technicians. Despite the professor's pride about reaching a civilization of light, the city unravels once he's shot and Alpha 60 admits to its own demise. Time is a river that carries me along, but I am time. The demise of Alphaville was inevitable, considering their ideology had them believe the present was the form of all life, that there was no past or future, only the present. To believe the present can be possessed and exists to be possessed is not only neglectful, but illogical to think that that way of living could allow a society to progress. Alpha 60 was correct in describing time as a circle, because the past, present, and future are all connected. However, the system was mistaken, believing the present could exist alone. In the same way Alpha 60 isolated time, the system's logic isolated meaning. Language's functionality, grounded in semiotics and structuralism, revolves around the relationship between meanings. Godard uses Alpha 60's logic as a way to deconstruct semiotics and structuralism, by saying the past and future are obsolete and meaning is subjected to the present. This thinking was the machine's downfall. A system is not built or used in isolation. Like language and time, it cannot be used independently of itself.